What up, y'all? Lost in Seattle.
Episode 16.
16.
I mean 17.
You did it on purpose at this point. But yeah, episode 17. Here we is. This episode gonna be a lot more celebrity oriented at first, at least. But obviously, the topics that's going on this week, it's impossible not to speak about it. A lot of different ways you can cover the topics.
A lot of shit going on YouTube this week.
Not really a lot. It's just one story.
It's a lot.
No, on YouTube for us, it's really one story in particular.
Choke no joke.
We're gonna start with. Damn, you gave it a quick, didn't you? Okay, Choke no joke. If you know Choke no joke, we've talked about him before. His relationship with Jay-Z, his commentary on Jessica Reed and Charlamagne the God. He's been had some. I won't say beef, but he's been making some videos and he's commented on Kwame Brown in ways that people didn't like, say he was looking for clout and all that stuff. They've kind of been going at him. Kwame hasn't even acknowledged him. I don't know.
Because he don't really want to say nothing, I personally believe.
You mean Kwame?
You have to say something really disrespectful for Kwame to respond.
Did Hassan get really disrespectful? Well, I guess
he did.
Yeah, Hassan said, don't compare me to no basketball player. Yeah,
that was disrespectful.
I guess. But Choke No Joke had an announcement on his channel a couple days ago. We're not even gonna start with Choke. No, we're not gonna start with Choke.
Start with the baby.
We're gonna start with the baby because the baby is tied to her larger story. So the baby recently has been under a lot of backlash.
Attack. That's what we're gonna say. Attack.
For his remarks at the Rolling Loud event, his performance where he said something about people with HIV. He said, raise your phone light if you don't have no HIV, you're gonna die from 2 or 3 weeks. He talked about, raise your light if you're a woman who vagina tastes like water.
Smells like water.
What's the difference? Then he said, raise your light if you ain't no dude who was giving fellatio in the parking lot. And he got a lot of backlash. He had companies kind of separating themselves from him. A lot of the backlash, obviously on the internet, a lot of the LGBT people came at him, called him homophobic. He didn't release the video saying, my gay fans ain't nasty. They ain't got AIDS. They classy. Damn. He said, my gay fans classy. They ain't on drugs, getting AIDS and stuff. Like, he was talking kind of crazy, I ain't gonna lie. Huh?
Damn. You can't say that this day and age.
And that's what's crazy. The HIV part is what I'm more surprised about than anything. How people reacted to his HIV remarks. Because it don't really make sense. Because if you listen to what he said, anyway, we'll just get to that. Anyway, if you look at here, this is the article. The baby comments sparked backlash from Elton John, Madonna, and other celebrities. And I was actually, what's that woman name? God damn it, what's that woman name? I can't remember her name now. Warwick? Something Warwick.
Dionne Warwick?
Dionne Warwick.
Whitney
she came
cousin?
out. Whitney Houston's cousin? I didn't know that.
She's an older black lady?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She came out, because Madonna came out against the baby. Dionne Warwick came out and supported Madonna against the baby.
They always side with the white woman.
These older black people, I'm just saying, listen to this article and how they commented on this. The baby has attracted some high-profile critics. Elton John, Madonna, Questlove, and others have come out to condemn the rapper's comments last weekend at Rolling Loud Music Festival in Miami. During the performance, he made false, and insulting comments about gay men and HIV and spoke crudely about women as well. John, who is gay and a longtime HIV activist, took to Twitter to say, we've been shocked to read about the HIV misinformation and homophobic statements made at a recent DaBaby show.
Whoa. So how does HIV relate to gay men? Women have HIV too.
Well, see, that's the point. When he said those comments, he didn't directly say just dudes.
He didn't say what gender.
He just said if you got AIDS. Now, you can make the argument because he only talked about the homosexuality of men and not the lesbianism of women, that he was directing the HIV comments towards the gay men. But
it all ties into the same thing.
Yeah.
And look at the word misinformation.
Yeah.
That's the new word.
Now everything is misinformation.
Not everything is misinformation.
Everything is misinformation that you don't agree with. This fuels stigma and discrimination, and is the opposite of what our world needs to fight the AIDS epidemic. He tweeted before offering up some factual data about HIV. Homophobic and HIV mistruths have no place in our society and industry. As a musician, we must spread compassion and love for the most marginalized people in our communities. A musician's job is to bring people together. Yeah. So he went on, they kind of, once again, they focused on his HIV comments heavily. This next thing I'm about to read is so crazy. I've never heard this in my life. We know that word communities has been spread thin. They turned the word communities into y'all. It's like everybody can be in a community now. Listen to this shit. Now look at this article right here. This is by the Daily News. The baby doubles down on homophobic message with offensive new video as Madonna, Elton John, and more speak out against rappers' hateful remarks. Now listen to this, yo. Listen to this shit. Just days after the baby was slammed on social media for making homophobic and ignorant remarks about the HIV/AIDS community, the rapper seemed to forget the half apology he'd posted on Twitter with the release of a new video. What is the HIV/AIDS community? Community is about culture and ethnic. We have an ethnic origin together. We share a culture.
They have a culture.
All they share is sexuality. No, all they share is sexuality and a disease.
That's their culture.
Well, I won't say that because there's straight people with HIV, obviously. But are straight people with HIV in the same community as homosexual people with HIV? Are they part of the same community, or is it separated?
I guess so.
So on Sunday, during the performance at Rolling Loud Festival in Miami, the 29-year-old musician stunned the audience by making anti-gay and misogynistic remarks, saying that HIV/AIDS and any other deadly sexually transmitted disease will make you die in 2 or 3 weeks. Sorry for the interruption there. Had to deal with some shit. But let's get back to this. Look at this. On Sunday, during a performance at Rolling Loud Festival in Miami, the 29-year-old musician stunned the audience by making anti-gay, misogynistic remarks and saying that HIV/AIDS and any of them deadly sexual transmitted diseases will make you die in 2 or 3 weeks.
Did he say this for attention, though?
I don't know. He later apologized to the HIV community, writing at Twitter that anybody who done ever been affected by HIV, y'all got the right to be upset. What I said was insensitive, even though I have no intention of offending anybody, so my apologies. Still, backlash against the hateful rhetoric quickly populated social media timelines across the globe. However, despite the widespread outrage on Wednesday, the baby received a self-directed video on YouTube in which he once again referenced AIDS in a derogatory way. Is AIDS good now?
No.
I mean, the way they
have to ask that question?
Okay, there's 2 things in this article I didn't know existed: the HIV/AIDS community and anti-AIDS rhetoric. Shouldn't you be anti-AIDS?
Yeah, you should be anti-AIDS.
I'm confused. And given what it's supposed to give, the baby is singing holding a sign with the word AIDS on it while he raps, "Bitch, we like AIDS. I'm on your ass. We on your ass, bitch. We won't go away." What? The video ends with a message written in rainbow colors that read, "My apologies for being me. Same way you want the freedom to be you." His non-apology comes day after a number of celebrities condemn. Yeah, a couple of celebrities came after him. Look, man, that was the strangest. I've never seen anyone refer to people with AIDS and HIV as a community. And I didn't know there was a such thing as anti-AIDS rhetoric. It's like saying anti-cancer rhetoric. You should be against cancer. I think they meant HIV, anti-people with HIV/AIDS rhetoric. Not the actual disease itself.
I'm trying to figure out how to put this in words. I guess they're upset because he's attacking people that have HIV/A or AIDS. So they see it as an attack on them. So they're saying almost like anti-Semitic. So they're grouping the AIDS, the disease, and the people as the same thing. It's an attack on them because they have it. Maybe that's how they wording it.
Maybe, but you see here, this is some of the stuff he had to say. I got a whole nigga, y'all niggas lame and burnt the fuck out trying to use the LGBT community to make a comeback. The LGBT community don't need y'all, nigga. Y'all need them. These niggas really think they gonna influence people to stop fucking with the influence. They go crazy about what I say, not y'all. I got the influence and the nuts, nigga. Y'all niggas cheerleaders.
I think he wanting attention.
Are we gonna say how much at this point people acknowledge how much influence gay people have? I mean, LGBT, how much influence they have over the industry at this point? He just acknowledged it. We see it constantly acknowledged. At this point, it's like understood. Yeah, they
have power.
There's a lot of power. This is something else he said. Y'all extra ass niggas tagging along, playing on my top like I'm the nigga you can bully or something. Going out y'all way, creating art, work, and shit, trying to gain new fans off my situation because it's quiet for y'all niggas. Niggas better hit the studio or something. Then he went at Questlove. Now Questlove is the drummer for the Roots.
Yeah.
Pretty well known. But the baby was like, I don't know this nigga. Even though he was a drummer at one of his shows. So he know him. But if you listen to how Questlove phrased the whole situation, I kind of get why the baby might say what he said. Now listen to this. One tweet made the class ever cleaner, saying you don't know who Questlove is should strip you of your credibility. That's what somebody said when he said he didn't know Questlove. This is what Questlove had to say about the baby situation. So this was his lineup for, I guess, a show or something, a concert they're having. He crossed the baby's name out.
Like he's no longer invited.
Yeah. And then he said this. I was hypothetically asked if I was curating a updated version of Summer of Soul, who would be my acts. I gave my dream list. I'm now updating my list because it's 2021 and F the bullshit. I'm especially not here for any savagery. If you're lost, Google the idiocy of the crossed out. I'm not trying to be all performative smurf and create social flogging or start some clickbait headlines that's missing the point. But right is right, and his actions are wrong. Somebody got to say it. Homophobia, transphobia, xenophobia, misogynism, and racism, which is last. This should go without saying is morally wrong.
Where was the racism?
He's saying all things are wrong, so I have to. But I just noticed, once again, I mean, you can't not notice that they always put racism last.
Where was the racism that he said?
No, he's just saying in all the phobias and isms, you know. I don't. It's just funny to me they always put it last. And not the fake hiding behind religion, holding it down morally wrong, but that was effed up and wrong. I had to say something again. I'm not doing this for what do you want, a cookie, da-da-da. We know he saw that. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm turning into a grump. Barely said anything about Ree in 06. Let me mind my business. Look the other way with old boy and that MAGA hat. He going through things. Let him work it out. So he brought up Chris Brown and Kanye.
Why he bring up those two?
I don't know. He made
they are the black sheep.
Exactly. It's
so
like
he's putting Baby in the same category with them now.
He's like, he said, I didn't speak on Chris Brown. I didn't speak on Kanye, but I'm gonna speak on this. I finally built the courage.
Well, when something gay was said, you had the courage to come out and say something.
You said it, I didn't. I'm just saying. Huey Newton wisely stated in the early 70s that we as a people should never go so low in life what you've been through is to start oppressing, terrorizing the next man in the way we've been terrorized for centuries. Y'all got my point. Sorry this came off awkward, but y'all get the point. Y'all gonna learn that there are other human beings living in the space you are. So Questlove, he said he wasn't trying to get headlines, and the baby responded with, I don't know who you are. And you had a whole bunch of soul people come out, you know, defend him. But the fact that he said this, and you had all these celebrities crowd him. You said that you believe that he did this for attention.
Yeah, clearly he did this for attention. Negative press or positive press is still press. Does the baby Maybe he has something coming out. Is he about to drop something? What's going on?
I don't think he has anything coming out.
I just think it's strange. He just randomly said that at a concert. Did he see something going on in the back rooms or pulling up to the show for him to? I mean, what would make him just randomly say this at his concert?
I don't know. We did our video on, and it was just like I said it then. It seemed kind of random.
Very random.
Like
you're seeking attention.
Is he doing? We saw people do that in the past. Like people like Eminem would constantly bring up gay people.
And then who did they have come out on the stage?
Elton
with Eminem?
John.
Elton John.
So you think they're doing the? Yeah, Eminem used to go out of his way to get attention from the gay people. He would bash them in his songs, and
then turn around and hug him on the stage.
So the baby has been under a lot of fire for his comments. Like you said,
is the baby gonna hug Lil Nas X on the stage?
Well,
are they gonna have a collabo together against anti-AIDS and HIV rhetoric?
Well, it's funny you bring up Lil Nas X because somehow he was leaked or brought into this storyline. Now, he didn't say Lil Nas X's name. He didn't say his name at all. But obviously, you see this article with The Atlantic. Lil Nas X, the baby, in incoherence of homophobia, anti-gay bigotry, is on the defensive in hip-hop right now. Is the baby being used to push a narrative right now?
It's coming to you now.
This article will really tip the scales for me. Like, hold on. This seems like a whole strategic story plan. Like, listen to this. One of the big reasons HIV/AIDS remain a daily crisis despite the existence of life-saving drugs is the stigma. Fear of shame and ostracization discourages people from accessing testing, preventative measures, and treatment.
No, one of the main reasons why HIV remains a deadly crisis is niggas is fucking niggas, and niggas is spreading HIV to other people. That's why it's a fucking deadly crisis. What the fuck is this article talking about? Well, that's the dumbest thing I just ever read.
Or what they're saying is the reason why they're not going to get tested and stuff and get the stuff is because they're afraid of being known for having AIDS.
Well, if you stop fucking other niggas, you wouldn't get HIV.
Okay.
And stop being on fucking down low, sleeping with women, and you sleeping with men, passing on the HIV. Then wouldn't it go away if you stop doing that as well?
Well, AIDS popped up in the 80s. They said it started with gay men, but are we sure it's not some lab orchestrated situation with certain names that's popular right now?
Could be. However, what I said was that's a big factor in stopping HIV.
In other words, a factor causing needless suffering is people like the baby. One of the hottest names in hip hop performing in Miami past weekend, the rapper asked fans to raise their phones if they didn't have AIDS. Right here. The baby's speech did not mention Lil Nas X, hip hop's new openly gay superstar, yet telling the 22-year-old hitmaker has been drawing into the ensuing storm. The rapper T.I. said on Instagram comment, "If Lil Nas X can kick his shit in peace, so should the baby," and added equality. Another rapper, Boosie Badass, defended the baby in an openly hateful rant directed slurs, threats, and labeled disrespectful towards Lil Nas X. Of particular concern to Boosie was Nas musing that he might recreate the nude scene from a recent music video on stage at the VMAs. In a music video released on Wednesday, it's worth noting the baby looks as naked as Lil Nas X did.
What?
Listen, so T.I. came out and said, he said what he said. The Boosie came out, Boosie, no filter. Boosie just went in. If I'm not mistaken, he actually got kicked off Instagram. I don't know if he's still off it or not. Maybe not. I don't know. But now, remember when I told you that Lil Nas X was saying that he's gonna do a uncensored version of that song he released?
I wouldn't be surprised.
And Boosie commented on that. And this person just said that the baby
what did Boosie say?
Looked as naked as what's his name? Huh?
What did Boosie say?
I think what he say
about him doing that?
You can kind of obviously know what he said. He said it's Boosie. You know what he said. But when you brought up the fact that you think he did this for attention, and then I saw this article, I said maybe his whole story is just a storyline.
It's a storyline
to continue to push Lil Nas X.
Hollywood these people that are allowed to enter into Hollywood, they're all actors. Yeah. Everything is scripted.
CIA agents, a lot of them too.
They don't let nothing happen unless there is a plot, there's a storyline to it. He wasn't talking about Lil Nas X, so why would he come out and say something?
Well, Lil Nas X didn't say nothing.
Oh, they just linked it to him.
Well, with the help of T.I. and Boosie, they linked it to Lil Nas X. Now look who wrote this story, by the way.
Oh, a white man. Are we surprised?
Spencer Harbor is a staff writer at The Atlantic where he covers pop culture and music. These are all his articles here. When you brought that up and I saw this article and I saw who wrote it, I thought, okay, all right, there might be something to this because this seems random that they brought up Lil Nas X and made the baby seem like the opposite of Lil Nas X. Even though he didn't say his name, didn't draw and but they made it where he's opposing him now. Like there's this head clashing going on. It's like, no, he didn't even say the dude's name. Nope. So with that, then we saw another thing come out of that same performance. If you know, the baby brought out the one and only Tory Lanez. So he brought out Tory Lanez, and if you look at Tory Lanez, they start like, come on, his name, come on. But Tory Lanez may have violated protective order Meg the Stallion has against him.
Meg gonna say lock his ass up.
It's funny you said that because at the event, the baby brought Tory Lanez out, and I mean, it's like whatever. But as you know, we found out. Well, we knew already that he had a warrant, had a restraining order on him. But I didn't know that Meg the Stallion performed right before the baby.
Wow.
So right before the baby came on stage, Meg the Stallion was on stage.
Well, she was gone.
How far was she? I think they have 100 yards restraining order.
He was nowhere near her. She was in the back somewhere.
Oh, they don't want to hear that bullshit because they are pursuing. They need to call the cops. Well, not the cops. They call their team called the local authorities. Tory Lanez may have violated a protective order that was put in place after being accused of shooting Meg the Stallion. They finally started using that word "accused." By the way, they finally using that word. Lanez and Meg were both in Miami over the weekend to perform at the Rolling Loud Festival. The body rapper had her own set while Lanez was the guest of his friend turned foe, the baby. Her friend turned foe. She performed before the baby hit the stage. According to TMZ, Meg the Stallion's team was furious after she and Lanez performing within an hour of each other. On top of that, they said the Houston hottie.
That's what they call him?
The Houston hottie was also offended that the baby would bring out Lanez right after performing their song Cash Shit, I guess, together. The Miami Police Department and the Los Angeles Court District Attorney Office have been alerted about this possible violation. During the October 2020 virtual appearance in court, Lanez, born Daystar Peterson, was ordered to stay at least 100 yards away from her after she accused him of shooting her in the foot. The Jerry Sprunger singer was also ordered to turn over any guns he owns. Lanez pled not guilty to one felony count each of assault with a semi-automatic firearm and carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle. If he's convicted, he can be sentenced up to 22 years and 8 months in prison. When the case gonna happen? When the trial? Where's the update? What the hell is going on with them? This shit happened last year. I ain't never known the case to go on this long.
That trial ain't never gonna happen.
Somebody got
just
shot.
Another storyline.
Got shot in the.
To cultivate Meg.
You got shot in the foot. Then they said he did it. They clearly they charged him. When's the trial? It's been over a year.
Oh, the Delta surge is happening. So.
Oh, we can't do it now. Well, they do it virtual. Does it have to be on TV or something? What we doing?
The virus gonna start going through the internet.
Yeah, it's too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
That thing is spreading like crazy. It's a new variant every day. Before you know it, you're gonna be able to just give somebody the damn virus on the other side of the state, on the other side of the country.
They're already talking about the Colombia
variant.
Now remember the India variant. I know we're going off topic. They just called it the India variant, but remember that turned into Delta.
Uh-huh.
Now funny they calling the first COVID-19 Alpha,
Delta.
Delta. What's next? Sigma. I mean, what the fuck is going on? We going down the whole Greek alphabet before this thing's gonna be over with.
Pretty much. At 8 months in prison, Los Angeles District Court attorney said in a news release, the Canada-born singer rapper has been maintaining his innocence. A New York Times op-ed last year, Meg Thee Stallion opened up about it, felt to not only allegedly shot by Lanez, but to not be believed after initially remaining silent. Well, you didn't say anything.
You know what? Tory shooting Meg in the foot is like Eddie Murphy shooting Della Reese in Harlem Night.
In the big toe.
Shot in the pinky toe.
The pinky toe.
He shot in the pinky toe. A big ass. She was tearing Tory Lanez ass up.
Look,
that's why he pulled out a pistol on her.
We heard, if y'all remember when this shit first happened, I don't know if we can call it jokes or not. But one of the first storylines that came out was that she was beating Tory Lanez's ass. Literally, somebody said it just like that. She was beating his ass, and he pulled out a gun
and shot her ass in pinky toe.
Because what is he like 5'2", 5'3", 5'4"?
Yeah, and she like 5'11".
Yeah, she bigger than him. So people like she was beating his ass, and he pulled out a pistol and popped it.
He hit it with the garbage can. That didn't work, so he pulled out a damn gun on her ass.
Shoot me in my pinky toe. But yeah, my initial silence was about what happened, was about out of fear for myself and my friends. Even as a victim, I have been met with skepticism and judgment. The way people have publicly questioned and debated whether I played a role in my own violent assault proves that my fears about discussing what happened were unfortunately warranted. That sounds so all that entire quote is bullshit. That was pre-written and memorized right there. Didn't she say the reason why she didn't say nothing at first was to protect him?
Mm-hmm.
She said, I didn't say that because I wanted to protect him. Then now she's saying she did to protect her friends and herself.
Oh, he was going to shoot her friends too?
I guess. I thought it was just 4 people, wasn't it? Her, the bodyguard, her friend. I mean, him, the bodyguard, and her friend.
Kylie was there too.
Kylie left him, didn't she?
She was there at the scene, wasn't she?
No. She was there at the house.
Oh.
Not in the car when he got shot.
Okay.
Once again, I can't wait for this trial to finally happen. We know it probably gonna happen.
Don't hold your breath.
Cause I want to finally see this shit end. Like I want to see how this gonna end. This storyline. Cause this is all it is. This is like This is like Young and the Restless. Ain't nothing real about it. I want to see how they gonna end the storyline with them two. Is he gonna go to prison, or is they gonna just,
He ain't going to prison.
If he did really shot somebody, you would think he would not even be able to show up to none of these places anyway.
He walking around like
shit. That's how shit
tripping.
Go. But yeah, so we talked about Tory. So we're gonna talk a quick story. Is Jay-Z? Guys, you talked about Meg. Guys, talk about Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Will Smith back rent to own startup Lanez with funding. So it's not they started it; they funded somebody who started it. I think you said they gave him $165 million.
Yeah, it's actually somebody else.
Yeah,
I forgot the name.
Lanez,
go to Tone Talks. Shout out to Tone. He did a good breakdown on Jay-Z and Will Smith renting to owning houses.
Yeah, the $165 million funding round was led by Signia Venture Partners and reportedly include investments from founders of Plaid, Cash App, Ethos, Instacart, Front, Flatiron Health, and Tango. Lanez, founded by Cyril Berdingo, I don't know, and Tom Pettis. Assist would be homeowners who are not in immediate position to buy. The startup purchase of property and rents it to the clients as they attempt to build a credit, save for the down payment, and minimize their debt. Once the renters qualify for a mortgage, they can buy the property at a predetermined price up to 2 years after Lanez bought it.
It said once their what is what?
What?
Once their what is what?
Once their renters qualify for a mortgage, they can buy the property for a predetermined price.
So you have to pay a certain amount before you are qualified to purchase that.
When it says here, house? They attempt to build their credit, save for a down payment, and minimize their debt. Once the renters qualify for a mortgage, they can buy the property at a predetermined price up to 2 years after Lanez bought it.
So you're building your credit before you can.
It's stopping you from going into debt. I guess you don't have to. I guess you're not forced to take on the loan. Take on the loan from a bank. You're renting from them.
If you're renting to own, why would you need to go get a loan from the bank?
That's the point. You don't need a loan.
But it says you have to pay a certain amount of money to build up your credit before you can start making down payments.
You're saving your money. You're building your credit.
So until my credit is built,
if you got bad credit, you can't buy a house.
So until my credit is built, I'm just paying rent. And once my credit reaches a certain amount where it's supposed to, where I can purchase a house, when I get to that point, then I'm actually start paying on the house. So before that,
I don't know. I don't understand it enough.
How do you feel about this? Because I don't like it.
You didn't give me your opinion when I asked you why you don't like it.
Because I kind of feel like they're being capitalist, and I don't really like that.
What do you mean they're being capitalist?
They're investing in something that they know that's going to benefit and make money for them. Because we know a lot of people who start buying houses or renting to own normally don't end up owning the house.
Okay. What's wrong with capitalism?
I don't really like it.
So you're a socialist?
You know damn well I'm not a socialist.
You're a communist?
You know damn well I ain't
what
communist.
The hell are you? That's a different type of capitalism, by the way. Are you talking about predatory capitalism?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's what I feel like they're doing.
People that do monopolies and stuff. Oh, yeah, okay. Like Jeff Bezos.
Exactly like Jeff Bezos.
All right, okay. Well, you said you don't like capitalism. You mean predatory capitalism.
Well, I should have specified and said that.
Yeah, because you said, like, this dude a damn communist. What the fuck?
They've heard me talk about communists, so they know damn well I ain't no communist.
Well, people can talk shit about something and still, I'm just saying.
Well, it ain't me.
But yeah. Oh, and Jay-Z. Quick story, including Jay-Z. And I'm sad to have to make this point.
Why?
Because I like...
You like who?
I like Choke No Joke.
I like Choke No Joke too.
But things have to be said. So Choke No Joke. It's a tough one.
It ain't tough at all. They all listen. Nobody goes without reproach.
Choke No Joke. I'm doing business with Jay-Z. Hate it or love it. My gripe is over.
Cause he got that bag. Nigga got that bag, smiling like a Chessie cat.
Choke, don't
it's actually called a what? A Cheshire cat.
Yeah,
but in the South we say a Chessie cat.
Yeah, it was Chessie. Listen, he was cheesing too. I got this picture. I chose it. That's a wrong picture.
That's a perfect picture.
Like he laughing at you. Yeah, I'm getting my money.
He got the bag.
But Choke No Joke, who's been on Jay-Z ass for like 3-4 years, actually longer than that, said how grimy Jay-Z is, how Jay-Z have cut people off and blackball people and blackball him and all the rotten stuff he's done.
But once he wrote that check.
But then Jay-Z reached out, or allegedly Jay-Z had his team reach out to him to be a part
several times
to be a part of a project. I'm pretty sure the project has something to do with Rock Nation documentary. It's really a Jay-Z documentary.
And
but
you believe it's to
what?
You said you believe it's to change his image.
I think it's meant to repair his image as far as the scandalous shit he's done.
Nothing can repair his image.
I think the worship of Jay-Z, which I've said before, is one of the most insane things I've ever. The people who worship Jay-Z, it's like, do you not see what this man is doing? He do it in their face. He started Tidal. He bought it. I think it's Switzerland. I think. Or one of those places.
He bought it from Switzerland.
All these people, all the workers, he bought it. All the people that worked there were white. They was like, okay. Hey, he bought it in Switzerland. White people, of course. It's like, all right. So then he starts trying to build it up. He got these artists signing to it exclusively. They're signing exclusive deals for their albums, all type of videos and stuff. And then he starts to say, hey, you know, black people don't support real change and stuff. You know, I'm actually building something that help. You
don't got black people working for you.
The artists and all that stuff. You need to. So then, you know, I don't know how much more people that signed up with it, but at some point it got big enough. He sold it to Jack Dorsey. So now all those people that have exclusive deals with Tidal, their albums, their videos, Jack Dorsey. It's like now you signed me to a 360 deal. Almost.
Well, he could have said that I'm selling you the company, but. People.
I know. I'm not saying that Jack Dorsey owns their stuff.
Okay.
I'm just saying that if you was a person who truly was a black ownership type person, you went with Jay-Z and then he sells it to a white dude, it's like.
That's what they do.
Like,
every time they get something, they sell it to people. Swiss Beats and
Timbaland
sold
versus
to 12.
Like
Triller.
It's like, why?
What? The What
Wait,
can
wait,
we,
wait. We talking
battle
about
rapping.
battle rapping what?
Do they have owner rights to battle rapping still, Smack? Or is it
URL?
Caffeine?
Yeah, URL is still Schmax. He has a partnership deal with Caffeine.
Eventually.
But, I mean, they probably got more power than I know of, but as far as we know, Smack still
Dre by Beats.
Beats by Dre, you mean?
Beats by Dre, whatever.
Dre by Beats. So, yeah.
Well, if the nigga wanted to come back, he could rename it that. I just gave my idea.
But, yeah, so Choke, we're going to go ahead and play a clip of Choke making comments about his decision.
So disappointed in you, Choke.
Choke said, "Look, man, if you ain't never fed me, if you ain't never broke.
They love that word, break of bread.
You never broke bread with me. You never busted gap with me. You never broke down a brick with me. I don't give a fuck what you think.
I got bills."
Choke said, "I got bills." Choke said, "She gotta get paid."
It's COVID-19. Shit is real.
And let me go ahead and play this.
With this whole Kwame thing. People like, oh, Choke, you picking on Kwame, or you trying to start trouble, you want to talk about you. Nah, it's like, yo, let's be bigger people and let's not support ignorance and this, that, and other. So that's what kind of helped me with this decision. How you doing? Because people keep saying, oh, but Choke, you keep going that Jay-Z. You keep going that Jay-Z. All right, well, I'm going to set by example. Once again, my problem with Jay-Z was blocking my blessings, right? For me to get to the bag. Well, more recently, people who's been reaching out to me for a project with him. Me being stubborn was ignoring the prospects of doing business with him because of I didn't know it was coming from him directly. You know what I'm saying? So I guess people got tired of waiting for me to reply to emails and they called me. And I only did one person call me. I'm not going to reveal who these people are. But two people called me. And we had long talks. Then I had the conversation about money. And in that conversation about money, they threw a number at me. And when they did, I said, "You're insulting me. Goodbye." And then they doubled back and said, "Oh, no, those numbers was for, you know, that the average person. We understand who you are. What do you want?" So before I even started talking numbers, there was one thing that I needed to know. All right, let me do my dips real quick. Oh, did it? Right. So now, how many times have y'all seen me try to reach out today? How many times have y'all seen me humble myself and try to reach out today? Even down to when Skino just interviewed him, and I told Skino, "Yo, tell Dave I want to talk to him. Let's daddy." All right. He didn't do it. He didn't want to do it. Right. So with this situation, my question was to the people: does Jay-Z know that y'all coming to me? Is Jay-Z involved in this? And there was this pause of silence. Then there was a chuckle. And then there was, yes, Jay-Z is involved. Jay-Z knows. you will be a part of this if you want to be a part of this. And he has final say. So that told me a lot. It told me, even though it's a project or his project, he put enough bull to the side to let people reach out to me. Because you know me, I'm like, yo, I'm not doing nothing with y'all for this dude to later be like, oh, Choke's involved. No. So he's making them reach out to me. And I can respect that he didn't do it himself because of ego. I can respect the ego thing. But it don't matter, because at the end of the day, who's going to cut the check?
Oh man, Choke. But his point with all this was, he said his only gripe against Jay-Z because he used to blackball him
from getting money.
He used to block him. So if Jay-Z is willing to stop the blocking, then he has no problem with him. But then you've been seeing how trash he is to other people though.
Yeah, so what about the other people that he been blackballing and hurting behind the scene? And not only that, he tried to use the situation to I feel like kind of make Kwame look bad by saying, okay, I'm gonna use this situation to lead by example, even though I know I'm doing this to get a bag, by saying, okay, I'm gonna lead by example. I'm gonna squash my beef with Jay-Z, and I'm not gonna talk about him no more. So now he can say Kwame is constantly talking about other people.
Well,
and beefing with other people.
Is there a financial incentive for Kwame to stop?
I don't know.
Is he gonna get any money for not talking about people who's said things about him?
Who would pay him?
There's no money. That's the point. There's no money in it for Kwame. You got money coming to you from this deal you've done to work on this project.
If ESPN said we're gonna give you money for talking about you during the time you're playing because you felt like it hindered you from getting deals you should have gotten, Kwame would shut the fuck up? You believe so?
I don't know. I think it would have to come from Stephen A.
So if Stephen A came out and apologized and said,
no, not publicly.
Oh, behind the scenes,
privately, came to Kwame and was like, "This is what it is. This is why I was at those colleges, high schools."
You think Kwame would go away?
You mean when you can go away? What do you mean? Stop uploading?
Yeah.
No, he could talk about other things.
Kwame's the type of person.
He hold grudges.
He petty.
Yeah, he petty.
I mean, he flat out told Hassan Campbell, "I don't accept your apology." And Hassan Campbell was like, "Well, fuck you, did I take my apology back?"
He got Baba on. Let me tell you something. God, I wish he would have came out with some fake arms.
If he would have did prosthetic arms,
yo, Hassan would have been finito, done. But
back to Choke.
But with Choke, he made the point that because if Jay-Z stopped blocking him, that he won't have no gripe with him. Once again, you spent the better part of the last couple of years seeing how trash he is to other people.
Not just you.
How other people. Remember you went in on him for the Nipsey thing? Like, come on, man.
He just went at him over
the Dame Dash trying to sell. You can't get a little bit of money, so he give you your money, then you don't care. I'm just saying, I ain't Choke. You all right with me, but I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure a lot of people gonna look at you like
sell out.
Yeah, a lot of people gonna look at Choke a little different. And Choke was like, "Look, man, if you ain't ever broke bread with me and stuff, don't worry about who I'm not beefing with no more. Like, how you gonna be mad with me because I stopped beefing with somebody I don't like?"
But once again, I'm gonna say what I said. People came to you and followed you because they were in support of you, of how you felt that you were being treated by Jay-Z. So they do have an opinion on what you're doing right now. Now, can they tell you what to do? No, that's absolutely your decision. But then you cannot be upset when these people unsubscribe to you and now see you as a sellout and not practicing what you preach.
You think that people gonna? You think there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna unsubscribe from him? I don't.
I don't think you're gonna have like 50,000 people unsubscribed.
How many subscribers he got?
I don't know how many subscribers Joe got.
I think he got like 100,000.
I don't think he gonna have like 5,000-10,000 people, but I think he gonna have a small sector of people that say you ain't about shit either. You just like these other niggas on YouTube that be coming on here, getting clout, getting attention, talking about these moguls that you used to work for, and now you done settled your grievance with them.
It's all
you
good.
want us to just shut the fuck up about it and go along with you, even though you may have persuaded some of these people that are following you to now dislike Jay-Z.
Or at least dislike his actions.
And the same people that was defending Jay-Z in the comment section and was calling Choke a hater and all this thing, now they're going to say, well, they was right about you this whole time.
It's a double-edged sword. We'll see how that goes for him. But yeah. Oh, and now we got to talk about something else too. Recently, I saw a tweet by Tariq Nasheed. And he commented on a certain I don't know what you would call her.
Amanda Seales?
Actor, I guess.
They label her as an American singer and actress.
She made a comment about Will Smith. Now this comment is about Will Smith playing I'm sorry, not King Richard. The name of the movie is King Richard.
King Richard.
Him playing Richard Williams. Serena and Venus's father.
Well, it should be Venus.
Yeah, Venus is Serena's father.
Williams' father.
So she made this comment, and you see Tariq here said, your girl at it again with the FBA male hate. She said, Will Smith is playing Richard Williams. Also, why is the film about Richard Williams? That's two disrespectful comments in one.
Let's talk about what she said. Will Smith is playing Richard Williams. Is she saying this because Richard Williams is a darker skinned black man, and Will Smith is what you would consider caramel?
I guess. Brown skin.
Brown skin. So, there seems to be...
Because first we're going to get into the Will Smith playing Richard. That's what you're talking about right now. Yeah. We're going to get into the Will Smith playing him. Go ahead.
Is she saying this because Will Smith is lighter than Richard Williams?
I would guess so.
So, we have people like... Let's give an example. Ike and Tina Turner. It was literally reversed.
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne would be considered a lighter skinned black man.
But he was playing a darker skinned black man.
Angela Bassett would be considered a brown skin, darker skin, and she's playing a lighter skin tone black woman. It seems like y'all Caribbean people are the ones that's coming over here
putting that colorism
out there, because African Americans, we don't have a problem with darker or lighter skinned black people playing black people.
And let me say this, and I told you this years ago. I'm not saying that colorism amongst African Americans don't exist or black Americans don't exist. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that darker skinned black people have certain experiences that society, the dominant society forces on the community. We get it. But I don't think it's as potent as other groups of black people throughout the diaspora. Because when you talk about skin bleaching, yes, there are famous black Americans that skin bleach, but it's not nearly as it doesn't happen nearly as often, I feel, as certain other celebrities throughout the diaspora.
Mainly the ones that are skin bleaching they're not African American, they're of Caribbean descent. And
I'm only saying that because this whole idea that you have to be a certain tone to play somebody, that didn't exist. It was just
Jennifer Hudson is playing Aretha Franklin.
It's like that wasn't really a big thing. If you black, you black. It's like now, okay, if you find somebody that look closer to them, that's better. But it's
Denzel played Malcolm X.
Exactly, and nobody went out their way to demonize.
Denzel is darker skinned. Why is he playing? He's a black man. We don't give a damn.
He can act. We just see this whole thing. We just want people who can somewhere, and Denzel is Caribbean.
He is,
isn't he?
No.
Yes, he is.
Denzel's not Caribbean. What are you talking about?
I could have sworn I saw that before.
Denzel's not Caribbean.
My fault. I could have sworn I saw he was.
No.
Like his father or his mother was or something.
Denzel's not Caribbean.
Oh, well, my bad. But that proves the point even more. He was able to play the character because he grew up around the people.
And speaking of that, Malcolm X's mother is the same thing that Amanda Seales' mother is, Gardanian.
Guardian. I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
It's the same thing.
But yeah, so she went in. She made that comment about him. Now the second part of her message, which is, why is the movie about Richard Williams?
Well, would it be the same if?
Why do you think the movie is about Richard? Richard Williams is the father of Venus and Serena, the one who literally trained them. He's the one that made them who they are. He's a coach.
Yep. Put blood, sweat, and tears into them.
And you're saying that there should be no documentary movie biography about him?
Say what you want. That's like saying that if there was a movie, I'm not gonna go there. If there was a movie about Joe Jackson.
Oh yeah.
And not the Jackson 5, just Joe Jackson. Somebody said, "Why are you making a movie about Joe Jackson?"
Because he's the one that made them. Regardless of how you feel about him,
regardless of him whooping their ass. You know how many people got their ass whooped? The Clark sisters said their mama used to beat their ass.
Yeah.
They instilled discipline. You are going to be perfect at this.
Yeah. Strict. Now, we're not saying however you feel about it. It's just.
We got our ass whooped too. Yeah. Not as often.
We're not nearly as often as them.
No. Probably like once or twice a
Maybe
year.
That's why we're not superstar singers and stuff. Maybe our mama didn't whoop us enough.
Maybe like once every once a year. You just stated it.
Yeah, sometimes you like I said kids
but anyway,
sometimes.
And what if there was a movie about, let's say LeBron's mom,
KD, Kevin Durant's mother?
I wonder if Amanda Seales would have came out and said, "Why is this movie about their mom and not about the athletes?"
The coach who coached them. LeBron James had a coach in high school that took him in. Or was it middle school? One of those that took him in when his mama was, doing what she do. Like, if there was a story about LeBron and he featured that man in the movie, I wonder how many people would get angry with him for giving that man too much attention, they would say. Same thing with Kevin Durant. I remember a few years ago on the Golden State Warriors when Kevin Durant's mom, Stephen Curry's mom, and who was it? Draymond Green's mom. Steph Curry, KD, and Draymond's mom had an interview on ESPN, I think. Maybe it's ESPN, one of them. And they talked about what it's like raising superstar athletes. And I thought Dale Curry taught his son how to play basketball.
Exactly.
Now, Draymond and KD, I don't think they grew up with their fathers. But still, Steph Curry, his daddy taught him everything. Why is his mama fixed him lunch?
Because you can't show no patriarchy in the society that we live in.
That's why I was so happy at the 2019 draft or 2020 draft. No, 19. When all the fathers showed up to that draft.
And it's like
Ja Morant, all them.
Amanda Seales, you wonder why you single. You have such a special venom towards black men, particularly African American men.
You're gonna ask the question, why?
You guys that like these people just get here. Like, yes, they are gifted by the grace of the Most High.
But somebody has to nurture it.
The Most High allows somebody else to nurture them to get to where they need to be at.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show the trailer for the King Richard movie. The movie looks like it's gonna be bomb.
Will gonna get an Oscar.
I think he's gonna get one too. Well, yeah, here's the trailer for the movie. Oh.
What's going on? Everybody okay?
They got a call, said there was trouble in the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You all need to look around?
It's a little wet for practice, don't you think? Don't the girls have schoolwork to do?
They do their homework. Tundi's first in her class. Lynn and Isha are too.
Now I don't even mind you saying we hard on these kids. You know why? Because we are.
That man is very charismatic. It doesn't matter what role he plays. It just always comes through the screen.
Yeah. Well, so the fact that the movie like it's gonna be good, man. I think it's gonna be a pretty good movie.
And when honestly. He said, they just ain't never seen good looking people like us. It remind me of my father.
Oh yeah, they must like what they see.
They must like what they see.
Yeah. I like the movie. I like what it could be. So
very positive movie.
Yeah, and definitely what I'm about to get to. The way they painted him in the movie, at least, how supportive he was of his daughters.
He had all daughters.
All daughters. I wonder when he look at who they married.
Listen, I'm gonna say it. When you bring home a different race, whether it's a man or a woman, and I'm sure the parents of that gender, male or female, is just like,
damn,
what did I do?
I did something wrong, I guess.
What did I do wrong?
You wanted something that don't look like me.
You wanted something that looked like me, and they'll say, no, I did it because they remind me so much of you. So you went out and found a damn Mexican or white Asian version of me, but you could. There was no black version of me. It's only one of me.
One of a kind. I'm one of a kind. I'm my own. Amongst my kind. I'm one of a kind.
There's some bullshit.
Yeah, I agree. Who you marry is a political statement. It's political. Who you marry is a political statement. But yeah, so I think the movie's gonna be good. I don't know why Amanda decided to come out.
And why would you not want a movie that shows a black man in a positive light for his daughters, and you are a black woman? I know why. Because I don't think her father was in her life. So, and her father is African American. So that's why she has, I think, so much venom towards African American men, because her father was not in her life. If you go to her Wikipedia page, she doesn't even have a father listed down. She only has a mother name listed down on her Wikipedia page.
Amanda Sears reminds me of one of those women that's real toxic, but I think she really does want to marry a black man.
I think she wants to marry a particular African American man.
I think she do.
But she needs to get over the fact that her father was not in her life and get some damn therapy or some help, because the chick is toxic.
She's toxic as hell.
Just toxic.
Yeah, she is, man. But yeah, that's the story on that little part right there. Once again, I like the movie. I like what it can be. Speaking of greatness getting compromised or being built up. Simone Biles recently was in a lot of discussions after dropping out of the Olympics. She made that decision to drop out of the Olympics. She got a lot of, at first at least, there wasn't much backlash, but very quickly it turned to a lot of backlash. And
yeah, you saw our video on what Jason Whitlock had to say.
And when we did Jason Whitlock, we was focused on his point about patriotism.
It wasn't necessarily about
her teammates, her coaches. We never said that she was right to quit because of possibly letting her coach and teammates down.
Talking about America.
We were talking about the point of who cares about her not doing it and not being patriotic to America. It was like, should have, that's why I named the video, should have Black Americans be patriotic? That was the focus of the video, not whether or not she let her teammates or coach down. But anyway, so Jason Whitlock and many other people on that side, even though Jason Whitlock say he's not conservative.
He's definitely conservative.
He just said he's religiously conservative. But they made a point that she's not patriotic. They attacked her, said she quit on her team. She's a coward. She is destroying the image of America and all this other stuff. And it was like, so? So she finally, I think she dropped out. There was still events that she could have did at that point.
And she dropped out.
I think she officially dropped out of all of them. I think the Asian chick.
The Asian chick won, which I believe that's one of the reasons why she dropped out, because they wanted a Asian gold all-around medalist this year.
You think so?
I think so. I think there's a lot of communist things that are going on, and even in the Olympics this year. To be honest with you.
Oh, hold on. Let me find this story. All right, here we go. You see here, Simone Biles' ADHD medication is banned in Japan, but a Tokyo 2020 exemption allowed them for athletes. So one of the things that came out after she dropped out is, and you showed me this, where they were saying how maybe her ADHD, because she said she has something called, amongst gymnasts, they have this thing called the twisties.
Yeah.
Where their mind and their body isn't synced. They have I guess you call it nervousness kick in. And so when they doing their flips and tumbling and stuff, they get confused in the air and it can lead to injuries.
And by the way, they diagnose a lot of black people with ADHD.
Yeah. So also, and I found this out. So they said that the ADHD medication was allowed for athletes. So I guess they try to just that's not what it was. It was something else. It was the twisties, as they call them. But also, I found out this right here because I don't keep up with gymnastics. Simone Biles can pull off a move that no other gymnast can. So why is she penalized for it? Well, there's this move that they do, or that she can do, should I say?
Yes.
And why is this happening?
There's this move that she can do called the double something, and no other, or at least none of the other people could do it. So she did the move, and they penalized her for trying to do it. It ranks low because they said nobody else can do it, and we don't think it's not safe.
So wouldn't that mean that she should get higher points for somebody that is that special and gifted in this that she can actually do this move?
Well, see, that's what they were looking forward to in this Olympics was, is she going to try to do this move again? And are they going to give her a better score? Because at this point, it's understood that she can do it.
And she actually was upset that points were deducted for this.
So I would too. Imagine working that hard to get that move down, and they like, no, we're not going to give you a good score for it. So
could this be one of the reasons why she also sat out of the Olympics, because of the fact that they deducted her from points? And
nah, I don't think that had much to do with it.
But this also ties back to that skater. It's a British skater. Remember, she did that flying jump in the air.
Oh yeah, the flip. The black girl.
And they did not give great points on that because they said it was more athleticism involved in that than gracefulness.
Yeah, it wasn't graceful.
Because I guess being an ice skater for
female,
for
you're meant
female,
to be more graceful.
You should be more graceful,
more limber, more flexible.
But I guess if it was a male
she would have dominated.
Did that, it would have been like, oh my God, but it's a female. They're like,
well, men have done that move before.
Yeah,
but
she was the first.
She was the first woman to do it. But yeah, yeah, she got a lot of backlash, and like I said, we focused on the patriotic side. Did she let her teammates and coach down? No, because they won. I mean, clearly they was fine without her.
They got a silver.
What do you mean?
Well, I think they placed the thing that she's supposed to participate in, and they in a clinch. I think the girl placed them in silver for it. But the Asian girl ended up placing gold for all around.
Yeah, all around thing.
So they still got gold.
Yeah,
but she still was literally 70% of the Olympics team. Like she participated in 70% of the thing, which means the team was really solely
based off her,
relying on her, which is not a good thing.
It's not. But I wonder if because she's 24 now.
Yeah.
At what age do gymnasts start retiring?
Well, she already said at 24-year-old, being 24 is not being 19. You wake up every morning and everything hurts. Well, so it sounds like to me this might be her last year.
I think she's gonna do one more Olympics probably.
And poor Gabby Douglas, they just ran black.
Black.
Should I dare say?
That's hearsay, blasphemy. Don't
black
do it.
Women ran her off because her hair.
Yeah, it got nasty. It got nasty for her. They was
poor. Now she walking around with lace fronts when she used to wear her natural hair.
Yeah, old Gabby.
Poor Gabby Douglas. Couldn't even be her. She has to be somebody else.
Yeah, but you know the whole thing happened over there. It is what it is. She decided not to do it. The team still got some gold out of it, so I guess it don't really matter. I guess the storyline now they'll move forward with something else. The story kind of over. You know, the Jamaicans, they won. The women's Jamaicans won the 100. They won all the events in the 100 meter, I think. And all
well,
that
they get to go home now.
Yeah, somebody said they're like, all right, well, shout out to the women for winning all the events. Now y'all done for the Olympics. See y'all next Olympics. That's all y'all gonna win is the
practice running for 4 years. Sad.
And a lot of people over there, I'm surprised they even.
And it doesn't take away how great they are. Great runners.
They probably they're the best sprinters on the planet. They have the best running mechanics. No, they got the best running mechanics.
We give them a run.
Yeah, we give them a run, but they, you know.
Sometimes we win, sometimes they win. It's a trade-off.
We can make the argument that we ain't have Sha'Carri Richardson. She could.
True.
But they saying that she was blazing. She was smoking so she wouldn't get smoked. I thought that was funny.
That was good. That was good. Whoever said
she
that.
Was smoking so she wouldn't get smoked.
She was giving. She didn't want that kind of smoke. She wanted the marijuana smoke.
She wanted Mary Jane. But I'm surprised they're even able to do the Olympics right now because there's a surge in COVID numbers in Japan in certain areas.
What is a coincidence? Tokyo said, "Fuck that shit.
We doing this.
We doing it. We need money. We need revenue. We're one of the poor. They are one of the main countries that are suffering right now.
Yeah,
in their economics. Like Japan is literally sinking.
Japan said.
So they like if a couple people got to go for us to make this coin.
You got to go.
You got to go.
It's got to go.
Japan said this nigga ain't scared.
Japan said it's gonna get done. It's gonna get done. But something else that's been going on recently with the COVID battle, we got to go into it. We got to talk about it.
Them niggas, damn, they talk about COVID. They let them out of jail, boy.
Well, we on their ass now, boy. But COVID thing has been popping back up. Let me take that down. You see here, Biden says federal workers must get vaccinated or face testing. Urges $100 payments. Think about it for a second.
Now, one of our best leading channels for black people on YouTube called the
Black News Channel.
I call them the Black News Network.
Constantly.
They had a segment on there, and she was a fill-in person speaking, but I'm sure I'm sure the other black woman that would have been on there, she probably would have said the same shit she said. She agrees that federal employees must attest to being vaccinated or face strict protocols. They're trying to make it so hard for people to getting tested 2 or 3 times a week that to force you to get so tired and say, okay, I'll take the damn vaccine. No, that shit ain't gonna work with everybody. There's gonna be some don't be surprised if there's some shootings.
Oh damn, Trevor. You jumping out the window with that one, ain't you?
You don't believe that you don't believe if a person is fired, they cannot get unemployment and they are homeless and they are depressed, that may lead to violence towards the place that put them in that predicament that they're in? White man don't play.
Yeah. Okay, I see who you're
White
talking about.
man,
Okay,
they don't give a fuck.
I had to think about who you talk about. Hell yeah.
Hell, black man. Remember the black doctor that was getting bullied and bullied and bullied?
Yeah.
And he came back and did what?
Shot up the whole place.
That's very rare for us to do that type of shit.
Yeah.
But we're living in times where things are changing.
Yeah. You see here,
Listen.
The war has changed. Internal CDC document urges new messaging. Warns Delta infections likely more severe. Now they've been. It's funny how we did this. They're just now coming out saying the CDC is saying that the Delta variant is as transmissible as chickenpox.
We talked about something that was called
about something else connected to smallpox.
Monkeypox.
Monkeypox. There's 200 people.
And how many states is it in right now?
27.
27 states. So they're trying to correlate the two. That's crazy.
Yeah, so you see here, more than 200 contacts tracked in U.S. for rare disease. So when they came out and said that this disease is more as transmissible as chickenpox, I thought, whoa.
So is that the new thing now? Kids don't get chickenpox, they get monkeypox.
I don't know. Go back and watch our video on monkeypox. We talked about this. 27 states, 200 cases being... Remember when COVID first started, it was about 200 people in about a couple states. I'm not saying this is going to turn into the new pandemic, but they're clearly setting it up at this point.
Listen, I have a good predicting things. I said 2 years ago to my staff at work, I said I feel like something big is going to happen next year. I remember my one of my employees saying, "Travis, you were right." That's when the COVID-19 broke out.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like something is going to happen in early fall, September, October. Something is going to happen to where I'm not necessarily saying we're going to go on a lockdown, but it's going to be something that's like a lockdown.
Okay, so here's the article right here. This is the Washington Post. I want to just read a few paragraphs out of here. It cites, this is the CDC document that was released. It said it cites a combination of recently obtained, still unpublished data from outbreak investigations and outside studies showing that vaccinated individuals infected with Delta may be able to transmit the virus as easily as those who are unvaccinated. Let me say that again. Investigations and outside studies show that vaccinated individuals infected with the Delta may be able to transmit the virus as easily as those who are unvaccinated. Vaccinated people infected with the Delta have measurable viral loads similar to those who are unvaccinated and infected with the variant. The document outlines communication challenges fueled by cases in vaccinated people, including concerns from local health departments about whether coronavirus vaccines remain effective and a public convinced vaccines no longer work, boosted doses needed. So they're afraid to put this information out. There's so much information the CDC has not released because they're afraid if they release it, the public's going to lose even more trust in what's going on. So they're holding it and they're just trying to figure out how to put the message. They're trying to figure out how to manipulate, how to propagandize the information.
They started with misinformation.
Yeah.
Then they went to
it started with them saying that if you get the jab, you're good. Now they're saying, no, Delta can still affect you. So that made people say, well, what's the point?
Well, then they try to paint it as it's the pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Yeah. Now they're saying, well, okay, maybe people who are vaccinated are part of the pandemic still too. So now we need everyone to wear a mask. Like we're back at square one, basically.
So are the vaccinated people actually walking around and possibly spreading the Delta? to people and they don't even know that they're doing it?
That's what we showed in the last video. We're going to get to that. Although it's rare, we believe that at the individual level, vaccinated people may spread the virus, which is why we updated our recommendation. According to the federal health official who spoke on the condition of anonymity, because they were not authorized to speak publicly, waiting even days to publish the data could result in needless suffering, and public health professionals cannot accept that. So, like you just said, they're saying, it could be people who are vaccinated.
So one would have to ask, was it supposed to be like this from the beginning?
That's a question.
That's just a question.
Let's see what Biden had to say about the mandates that he has.
Why is this happening to them? I mean, this is a situation created by the high numbers of people still unvaccinated in this country. Is that a fair statement?
This is a situation that is created by more and more transmission of the Delta virus among people who are unvaccinated. This is not about who needs to take responsibility. That is not really why we put this guidance out. We put this guidance out because the science demonstrates that if you are vaccinated, you could potentially give disease to someone else. And that was what was the motivation for this.
Data were clear. Now that we have a Delta variant, that has changed the entire landscape. Because when you look at the level of virus in the nasopharynx of a vaccinated person who gets a breakthrough infection with Delta, it is exactly the same as the level of virus in an unvaccinated person who's infected. That's the problem. So those data are very compelling, and that triggered the change in the CDC guideline.
So that was Dr.
Fauci.
Anthony Fauci and Dr. Walensky, the CDC director. The CDC director, Dr. Walensky, and Dr. Anthony Fauci. All right. So we had to make sure we clear that out, who that is that just said that. So what's the point? What's the damn point at this point?
Well, they're saying the difference between the two is if you take the vaccine, you won't die or be hospitalized.
Yeah.
But you may not even experience any symptoms.
Yeah.
We want you to put your mask back on because we don't want you to spread it to people who are unvaccinated, and then they end up in the hospital and have these symptoms and may possibly die.
Yeah. So we'll show another clip of something they had to say. This is Biden. I may have asked it earlier and mix it up. This is Biden speaking on mandatory vaccinations that he wants to put out.
Why is this?
Mr. President, thank you. Why not push for vaccine mandates in states, private companies, schools? Do you want to see those entities pass vaccine mandates?
Well, I'd like to see them continue to move in that direction, and that's why I pointed out. I had asked the Justice Department to determine whether they're able to do that legally, and they can. Local communities can do that. Local businesses can do that. It's still a question whether the federal government can mandate the whole country. I don't know that yet.
The pandemic win. We have to continue to fight.
So if you're listening to the science, if scientists come to you at some point down the line and say, it is our opinion that there should be shutdowns and there should be school closures, you would do that?
Well, we listen to, like I said, we listen to the CDC and the expert and their guidance. The CDC is a body that is very well respected, and we follow.
Listen, they already said they're gonna make federal workers, which is people work at the post office,
your bus drivers,
transportation drivers, all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
anybody with a contract with the government.
That would be your recreational park people who clean up the park.
Yeah, even your trash man.
The trash man got to do it. If you work at where you pay your light bill.
Yeah. So child support agencies, people that work there gotta.
Yeah, social service workers.
Yep.
Black women they taking the shot. Never mind, they take the shot. They promote to take the shot, so they'll have a job.
When you say government job, post office worker, that's black people right there.
That's black people right there.
A lot of black men and women are
post office,
yeah.
Male men and male women, and a lot of black women in particular are social workers.
So yeah, they're coming for them now. So now they're saying that they're not gonna make you get vaccinated. They're not making you get vaccinated. They're just gonna put you through stringent rules very strict rules. You're gonna have to get tested weekly.
But that was going on. That was going on before. In the healthcare, I have an old employee. She told me they had to do testing twice a week.
Well, they said that amongst healthcare workers, 30 to 50% of them are not vaccinated
because they don't trust.
And I'm like, hold on, the people who are injecting you with it ain't even took it themselves.
No, they like, damn,
tough one. Oh well,
being a good patriot for our country.
Thank you for being a patriot.
Thank you for standing in for me.
And then they give you a damn sticker. I'm vaccinated.
This person took this shot was a stand in for me. I really appreciate
this one is for me. Yeah, this is me. But yeah, so they all that stuff going on, and then I don't know why they keep coming up. Look at this right here.
We need to talk about it.
We're gonna get to it. CDC study shows 3/4 of people infected in Massachusetts coronavirus outbreak were vaccinated, but few required hospitalization. That's a Washington Post.
That's to clean it up at the end.
Did you see what I just read? CDC study shows 3/4 of people infected in Massachusetts coronavirus outbreak were vaccinated, but few required hospitalization. So they're spreading it.
Well, we don't want to say they're spreading it. We want to say that that the vaccinated people are they just have high numbers in that particular area.
Yeah, maybe it's just more people who got vaccinated in the area.
Yeah, that's what I believe. So I'm not going to say they're spreading it though.
A sobering scientific analysis published Friday found that 3/4 of people infected during the explosive COVID-19 outbreak fueled by Delta variant were fully vaccinated. The report in Massachusetts cases from the Center of Disease Control and Prevention offers key evidence bolstering the hypothesis that vaccinated people can spread the more transmissible variant and may be a factor in summer surge of infections. I can't even say what I want to say right now. This is Seattle Times. I can't even say what I want to say right now.
Well,
I'm gonna say this. Delta ? Exists. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm wondering, is that or is it them?
That's some research that you're gonna have to do on your own.
Oh, we already did the damn research. I just can't say this shit on YouTube.
Okay, moving on to the next.
Just move on. Get too hot for the hot tub. But
like,
since I guess it keep popping up, we got to go straight into this now.
Why is this happening?
Oh, sorry.
Throwing hot grits on somebody.
The eviction. Biden to allow eviction moratorium to expire Saturday. Biden rotten.
Trump never did that. Trump kept American people.
You're a Trump supporter now.
Trump kept the American people in their homes.
Gave them $2,000.
He gave us $2,000. No, he gave us $2,400.
Yeah, $2,400.
He rooted for us before him leaving the White House to try to get more, and Biden gave us less.
We Trump supporters now.
And then Biden took he actually deducted $400 from us.
He owed me some money.
He owed us $400, but
no, he owed me $2,000.
Man, we'll never have another commander in chief like Trump.
They're gonna say you're that Trump support. Boy, you can't say. Listen, the Trump thing the last 4 years has been. It's like if you just say anything that Trump did, is like, dude, that wasn't bad what he just did. Oh, you a Trump supporter? How you a Trump? It's like, I ain't no Trump supporter. I don't support
Trump is racist.
They tell you that Trump racist, then turn around and vote for Biden.
Listen,
the insanity.
They tell you Trump is racist and still try to hold Obama at a high standard for a president that was in the office for 8 years
and did nothing
and didn't do shit for black people but create what he did My Brother's Keeper,
and they shut that down.
And then he allowed black women to make him shut that down.
That wasn't black women. That was black feminists.
I retract.
Yes, please.
Black feminists.
It was black feminists that did that.
But they are black women still.
They really were those intersectional.
The weirdos.
Yeah, the weirdo ones. So back on late July, they tried to do something about this. Biden didn't do nothing. So Biden waited 2 days before this done and said, I hope Congress can pass something to fix this. Like, but guess who's Biden's biggest donors? A real estate group.
That are probably buying up all the houses.
The real estate industry is one of the biggest investors of Biden.
Now, please point out what you're saying about, you said about the future movies building.
Yes, if somebody pointed this out in a movie, they pointed out that movie,
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. Remember that?
Shout
scene?
out to the person in the comment section.
Yeah, I forgot his name. I forgot his name.
Was
Demolition
it 11
Man.
Hour?
No, it wasn't him. I don't think.
Okay.
Maybe it was, but I'm not sure. But he pointed out the Demolition Man. There was a scene when they was underground where the guy pointed out how they're gonna call they hate me because I love freedom and all the other stuff. And he was like, you can literally take this scene word for word and put it with what's going on right now. But something I was talking about, if you look at all these futuristic movies, these movies based in the future and stuff, they always have people living in apartments. They never live in homes. And guess what's going on right now? You got groups like Black, what's their name? Black Chop, I forgot their name. They buying up all the houses. So what's going on right now with the moratorium is they're kicking people out their houses so that they can be purchased, and people not gonna be able to buy them. The prices of homes right now is ridiculous.
And what they're doing here in Seattle is they are turning places like the Holiday Inns into places for homeless people.
Exactly.
Right down the street, they're building what is it called? They're building a apartment place, like a supportive housing. So they're getting ready to start housing homeless people.
And people that have houses right now are gonna be on the street.
And people, yeah.
They're gonna switch. So the homeless people gonna be looking at you like you're the homeless. So I'm just saying, it seems like the housing market is so crazy right now that they're trying to push people away from home ownership.
Because we're moving into a communist country where you're not gonna have any ownership,
Exactly.
and the government gives you money for you to shut the fuck up and not have any opinions and no freedom.
Exactly.
You do what we say.
And I see the people cheering for it. Like, how don't you see this?
And that's why you call me a socialist. That's a socialist.
That's not a socialist. A democratic socialist and a communist. I get it. I know they're cousins. I know they're cousins. But a democratic socialist and a communist are hair thin different.
Not that much thin.
I wouldn't say a democratic socialist believe in complete control over free speech. It's more economic control.
I'm talking about from the economic standpoint.
Communism is about social.
That's why I say I'm not capitalism for me. The way you worded it is what I'm not
predatory
capitalism.
Yeah,
that's extreme.
Yeah, that's the extreme side of it.
A socialist is extreme because then you shouldn't want that.
Yeah, capitalism is in the middle, where however my work is, how many people willing to pay for it is how much money I get. The market decides how much I get.
Like, how do people not understand that we are moving to not just a communist country, but it's going to become a communist world?
Yeah. But then another story, because it always goes back. Everybody else get the flu. I mean, I'm sorry, everybody get the flu. We get down COVID.
No, we get Ebola.
So the black community braces for the next threat: mass evictions. Do you know that most people, there are way more black people that's renters than,
Are you surprised? We don't own shit.
I know that, but I'm saying that means with this moratorium ending, there's going to be more black people put out.
Winter is coming.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Kevin Samuels. Winter is coming.
And in the last days, 7 women should cleave on to 1 man.
Oh, shit, boy.
Black women are going to be like... What? I got to share.
Yep. You got to share. So there's the article here. Black community braces for the next threat: mass eviction. The federal moratorium on evictions, which applies to 1 in 4 rental units that have been backed by the government, expires in a matter of weeks. Now we know it was yesterday, actually.
They not kicking people out of the projects, though, are they?
That's renters, ain't they? A new tremor is threatening to shake minority communities as protests over racial injustice swept the country. A wave of evictions as a federal moratorium on kicking people out of their rental units expire.
So what are they going to do with it? They're going to turn the project into high-rise buildings with penthouses?
No.
So who going to go live in those buildings if black people can't afford to live in those buildings?
Are they trying to push people? Are they trying to push black people back out to the suburbs again? Every 20 years or so, there's a cycle where they push black people from the suburbs area to the cities, then they push them out of the cities back to the suburbs, and on and on. When the cities get built up, where the stadiums, teams come to the city, they start building Whole Foods, grocery stores. The Starbucks? You see Starbucks,
is a number one. When you see a Whole Foods come in your area,
it's over.
Or you see a damn Starbucks, it's like.
So those two, when you see those in your neighborhood, it's time for y'all to move back out to the rundown suburbs. When I say suburbs, I don't mean nice neighborhoods. I mean houses that was built in the damn 60s and 70s that they don't want to live in no more. They're going to push you out there to live in those areas while the city get an influx of money. And then in 20 years, when those places get kind of run down, people want to move back out to the city, move out of the city to raise a family. They got to build the suburbs back up and push the Negroes back into the city. That's how it goes. That's the cycle.
And then that leads me back to the Black News Channel again.
Hold on. I got you. Hold on.
They had an episode on the Black News Channel called Black and Brown Women Battling Economic Disparities. Once again,
Black and brown, baby.
This is supposed to be a black news channel.
But it's funded by the guy who owns the is it Jaguars? Yeah. The guy who owned the Jaguar. I think it's some Indian.
So he's Middle Eastern, so he probably would consider himself brown.
What did I tell you a few months ago? I found out that in some countries, Indians and Arabs, this is crazy, refer to themselves as black.
Well, in some of those countries, in India,
we know there's Negroes.
There are Negroes in those countries.
We know there's Negroes in the Middle East.
But the ones that are saying there are Negroes are not.
So now that it's in America, I'm not surprised by seeing some of this stuff.
And you know what really upset me about this is they literally, this should be called the Black family economic disparities.
Yeah.
They always just take out the black men because we know the black family, the children are automatically associated with the black woman.
Yeah.
But they take out the black man and just leave him there like.
Yeah,
we don't even get the comment section was crazy. There was a woman.
Yeah, hold on. We'll get there. Hold on. This dude here said, whatever happened to black men and women, black family? I guess black women no longer need men. The latest group piggybacking on us, and they will dump us as well when they are no longer have any use for us. Then somebody said they replaced black men and brown women. We need our own country. Stop trying to separate black men and black women.
This is the kicker.
Look what this woman said. Somebody did a crying face.
No, you got out of it. You got to go back in it.
I'm in it right now.
No, now you.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Look what this woman said. Zifri Major. Black men lead to poverty in black women. We need to be separated. Black men don't want to bring the money home. Separate them. We are our own economic class and our own dollars need to be considered accordingly. We are not the same.
So this goes back to that comment that you made about black women saying being with a black man is what?
What?
Financial, it's
struggle love.
It's struggle love. So that's pretty much what she's saying. She's saying being with you is struggle love. We need to separate ourselves from you. And the person underneath said, what?
Oh, here you go.
And she never responded, by the way.
Now, let me say this. That's not a new point. I've been telling you there's been a certain push to separate black men and black women as two totally different demographics. And
black women are allowing it though.
They are. It's mainly the college educated women who allow this to be a thing that exists. This don't exist in the average everyday neighborhood. This doesn't exist. But for the college educated and the internet people.
The internet. You know who we talking about.
Internet.
You say internet.
The internet people, they actually believe this. They really believe that the reason why black women are poor is because of black men. And when I say because of black men, I mean that black men's poverty is linked to, black women's poverty is linked to black men.
Yes, it is. We are the same people. So
exactly. But they're saying if I'm not around you, I won't be poor.
But
even though a lot of those college educated women on the internet are in debt up to their damn forehead.
With college
degrees, you got a college degree and you making the same 40, 50K somebody else making.
I'm a PhD, but you got all those loans.
Exactly. Okay, you making $80K a year, but you owe $200,000 in loans.
And then you have to take into account when you marry this black man, you're bringing debt into the relationship, baggage. Y'all talk about child support. What about loans?
Some
baggage.
Loans is killing. I remember I saw a story of a dude who married a woman who had a lot of loan and debt. He paid off her debt and she
left him.
She divorced him.
So she used him to pay off her debt.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like, wow.
That's some sucker shit.
Yeah. The ban on evictions, which applies to rentals that are backed by the government, expires in a matter of weeks. We know, like I said, that's yesterday now. On top of that, the federal boost to unemployment benefits that many laid off workers have used to pay their rent is set to end July 31st.
That's today. Damn.
So they kicked you out your house. So they ended the moratorium and they got rid of the unemployment benefits
today.
So
but
back to back.
I'm quite sure that it's based on states.
Yeah, states might.
That's why it says
it said government backed. So I'm pretty sure there's state backed places too. So it says government backed rentals backed by the government that expires, but the states still have their own. And I'm sure there's some people. There's a lot of landlord, what do you call them, groups that are working together to not just put people out on the street. They're like, all right, let's try doing this. So
are they doing this to try to push people back into the workforce?
100%. The worker shortage is ridiculous.
Is it gonna work?
You talked about a worker shortage with what's that company you work with?
Cisco.
Are they government contracted?
I'm sure that Cisco would be considered a government
contracted company
because they work with agriculture.
So yeah, so that's why they probably got a lot of.
Yeah, my sales rep texted me and told me that she said instead of you having a cutoff time at 3:00 to get your orders in every day, it's at 2:00. Not only that, you may want to get your order in on Tuesday, but you may not get it on Wednesday because they are so short on truck drivers.
Yeah.
In general, for all companies, whether it's U.S. Foods, Cisco, blah blah blah, and vendors are short with workers. They can't produce the food and get the food out in a quick enough time for these companies. Because mind you, Cisco is a giant company.
Yeah.
They're the number one food delivering distributor.
Yeah.
If they are having problems getting stuff, just imagine U.S. Foods
remember a local distributor, how they doing?
They didn't even have chicken breasts.
You keep bringing that up. Chicken breasts.
I had to fight to get chicken breasts in.
Yeah. You see what he said? Black and Latino people are twice as likely to rent as white people.
Why didn't they talk about Asian people? Shouldn't it be? Why don't they ever say Black and Latino people are twice as likely to rent as white and Asian people? Because they want to keep Asian people in the minority category.
Seems so. So they would be most in danger if the protection for the removal is ended. But there's no relief in sight for Congress, with Republicans and Democrats not even expected to begin negotiating a new economic relief package until after the July 4th holiday. Now, obviously, that already passed, and they didn't do nothing for it.
He didn't mean to do anything for it.
I told you he's backed by
bullets.
Backed by bullets. It would put lead in your ass. But Biden has a lot of he was sponsored heavily from the real estate industry. So I believe personally they want to buy those houses up. So they need people to get put out so they can buy this stuff up.
I don't think people are gonna run back to work.
Well, if those unemployment don't
just because it runs out doesn't mean you can't reapply for unemployment.
No. The extra, I think, is gonna run out.
Yeah, the extra's gone. You think people gonna run back to work?
I think people that have a certain, if you ain't getting, what was it, like 1,400, like 3,200 a month, pretty much not doing anything.
But you weren't, no.
Is it 3,200 or more? Because it was weekly, right?
It was a weekly check
for
$600.
$600.
That's only $2,400 a month. Some people wasn't even making $2,400.
That's my point.
And I think they've been banking and saving that money.
You think they've been saving it?
Because the money's not going back into the economy. They're giving the money out, but the money's not going back into the economy.
They went into the stock market. A lot of people went into the stock market.
I think a lot of these people that was getting this extra money, they even saying it with a stimulus.
Yeah.
They were not taking the stimulus.
I meant the stimulus.
Maybe the stimulus, but most people were not taking this money and just buying all this different stuff. I actually think people was taking this money and banking it.
Maybe so. I don't know.
Like, people do not want to go back to retail.
Oh,
people
hell no.
do not want to go back to customer service.
Yeah, retail up out of here. I
think they've made it where people just don't want to interact and have to deal with people complaining.
That's probably most of it.
People are rude.
Well, I saw a couple articles and people talking about it, how after the pandemic, people came back and became ruder.
Yeah.
They didn't know how to deal with people no more. And it's like, well, people's skills went down.
Well, because the thing is, when you're in retail and customer service, you're just pretty much kissing people's ass all day.
Let me tell you something. People are so.
It's like you just can't be real when it's like somebody come to you and say
people are not at all appreciative of the help you give them.
Okay, let's take for instance the grocery store.
Yeah.
There are signs on the grocery store, aisle 5 and 1-2, they have everything listed on the aisle, and people come to you and say, "Where's the rice?"
It's like
it says, but you can't tell them. What does aisle 1 say? Can you read? Can you read? Which you shouldn't say that, but if you just said something simply like, "We have numbers on the aisles and everything is located where the aisles is." Some people may still take that tone of voice and say they were being condescending, they were being rude.
I'm gonna have to report you to your manager.
But motherfucker, I'm just expressing and telling you that you don't have to come and bother me while I'm trying to get this stock together, because it's putting me behind to walk all the way over there and show you where the rice is when it says it on the aisle.
Right there. Right there. But yeah, retail is a terrible industry. I can't even imagine working at somewhere like a McDonald's or Burger King and dealing with people's orders, and you mess up on something, they just...
Well, luckily, there ain't really no cashiers no more. You literally go up to the thing and you pay. Now, there's still people making the food as of right now.
As of now, yeah.
They haven't implemented the robots.
Yeah, pre-made food is coming. We'll just warm it up and hand it to you.
Shit, it may get so bad the robots start cussing people out. So, get the fuck out of here.
Bitch ass nigga.
Bitch ass nigga.
But yeah.
Drop my fries fresh.
Oh, let me tell y'all something.
Spit on the fries.
Look, let me tell you the story of our aunt. So we're on our way to Burger King one day, and my aunt, she's an ornery old woman.
Very ornery.
So
tell her like it is.
Yeah, she orders her what do they call those? Whopper. She like Whopper.
No, she likes the fish fillet.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, fish fillet. And she said, "I want some fries." They hand her. We go pay, get the fries. We start driving. We said, "Stop the car. These fries ain't fresh,
and the fish ain't fresh either."
So we went back into the place, and she said, "I want my fries drop fresh."
So every time she goes to that place,
no salt.
They automatically know drop everything fresh, and she says no salt to make sure they drop it fresh.
Yeah,
and then after they drop it,
she asks for salt.
She asks for salt.
Yeah, that's how she get around.
And people can't deal with that no more, because they be like, "Ma'am, get off the property. We banning you. We don't want you on our property no more. Keep your money." And people say, "Well, y'all were being racist towards her."
Yeah.
And it's just that in that instance, it's not being racist. It's just we tired of dealing with you. You're making our job harder. Why should we have to drop fresh fries for you? That means you have to do it for everybody else. We don't want your business here.
Yeah,
you're an inconvenience to our establishment.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is going on right now. That's why a lot of people ain't going back
to customer service. They're going to go to Amazon. They're going to go to warehouses, FedEx, UPS, that type of stuff. They're going to go to.
That's why Bezos keep making more money.
And it's Amazon Amazon will open up stores where you go in and pick something out and leave.
You ain't even got to talk to nobody.
You pay for it before you get there. You go in there.
No. You just walk in, and when you walk out, it automatically deduct from your account.
Yeah, you just picking it.
Yeah, just pick it up. It goes to the cart, and you're on your phone. Then you just walk out, and it
pay for it.
It's crazy. That's gonna lead.
We're living in a world where it's gonna be you don't even have to interact with people.
Yeah, it's getting worse and worse, and it's funny because people actually enjoy it, especially with the no cars on the street, the buses, the Ubers, flying around.
I enjoyed it. It was
so quick getting to work.
It was so quick getting to work. It was so quick getting home to work. You literally had a whole sector. Everybody had their own wing of the bus, pretty much. They're like, "This is my wing. That's your wing."
And we still separate. Don't come over here.
Yeah, it was order. Now it's chaos. You got to say you got to have that look, which they don't normally. People don't sit beside black people on the bus, no way, unless they have no choice. But the black people just get that look like. And we don't move over. We don't put our book bag in a chair. We put it on our lap on the floor, and we just go, you're not going to sit here.
Yeah. Just go ahead and go on about your business.
Just go on about your day. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day, sir.
Have a blessed day.
If that's a woman, it's a cat call, ain't it?
Yeah.
Saying have a blessed day. Damn. That's a cat call now. But yeah, man. I guess we talked long enough. If you listen to this,
you made it to the end.
If you make it to this point, you fuck with us heavy, and we really appreciate that. Although some of y'all, because I make sure I put the timestamps. So some of y'all be skipping through. I know it too, but that's fine. I did it.
Well, some topics they don't want to.
I agree. That's why I put it up there so you can listen to what you want to listen to.
Shit, we do the same thing. We go to people's videos.
That's why I can't get mad. I can't get mad because I do it too. I'm guilty of it.
Depending on who it is, we just coming there for one thing.
One thing and dip.
Get out.
But yeah, man. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Appreciate the support. Please like, comment, subscribe, put the notifications on.
Please comment in the comment section.
Yeah, comment on some of the topics. We're not deleting those comments even.
Be careful what you can't say nothing about it. Don't call Jason Whitlock, Fat Lock, all those different things because
the YouTube deleted.
They deleted. It's not gonna make it in the comment
somebody
section.
calling Jason Fat Lock.
Bitch Lock stayed. That's still there. And not saying because I don't want those.
Yeah.
We don't want you talking shit about the man in the
Let
comment section anyway. You could be respectful.
Yeah, let me clarify. We're not saying we want you to say
attack him.
Yeah, attack people in the comment. It's just they're deleting comments when you do it. We're not saying we want you to do it. They're deleting it. So we can't. We see it, but nobody else is gonna see it.
They just monitoring this little channel.
This little old channel.
This little engine that could.
Little engine. We chugging along. But anyway, man, y'all be safe. All praise to the Most High, and peace, man.